Greg here, Performance Dog Supply, and today we're going to be talking about the E-Collar Technologies Soundbox, what it is, and how you can use it in your everyday training, whether you are a trainer with clients or an instructor teaching other trainers. This is a great tool to go ahead and show somebody how to properly use an E-Collar. So when you order the Soundbox itself, it's going to come with the unit, it's going to come with a charger, and a set of instructions to let you know how to pair it up to any of the remotes from E-Collar Technologies. We're going to go ahead and break into this mini educator box here, and I'm going to show you that pairing process. It's going to be the exact same as it would be if you were going to pair a new remote to a receiver. So we'll get this out of the box, and we'll actually use the receiver as well, just a functions check. So with the collar and the remote, I'm just going to go ahead and turn that on, just kind of functions check through the remote itself. We got it on. It's on level 10, 11. I'm just going to vibrate real quick, run the stem, and that works. Great. So whenever we're pairing a remote to any new piece of kit, all we're going to do is when we turn that unit on, we just kind of tap towards it, tap on. If we hold it longer, it's eventually going to go into a blinking process. That's the syncing phase. So same thing for the tone box. On the back side here, we have the on and off button. We also have our volume controls and our charging port. For the on and off button right here, I can push and hold that. Green light comes on. When I push that down, I can let go, green light comes on, now the unit's on. I'm going to push and hold, turn off. Like I said, I'm going to push and hold past the on function, and it's going to get to the syncing function. What I want to do is have my remote set and ready, so I'm going to scroll this to a 0. Now when this goes into syncing mode, I want to hit black and hold, and then hit the red stem button, and that's going to pair me up, same way it was if I was hooking up a new receiver. So we'll go ahead, push down and hold. Green light comes on, we're still holding, and once it starts blinking, I can release. I'm going to hit black and hold, red, and now we're paired up. The unit will make a sound if you have it on the volume. If you have it on mute, it won't make that sound, but it will flash to let you know that it is synced up. From here, what I can do is I can start scrolling my numbers. Right now we're on a 7. If I hold the continuous button, you'll be able to hear what that sounds like. Very small, low beeping. I'm going to go ahead and put it to a medium just so the mic picks that up. Again, we're on a 7. You can hear that. We'll go up to something like a 24. We're getting a little bit faster frequency and a little bit louder volume out of that. 46. Again, same thing, frequency picks up all the way up to the max levels. So that way, what happens is when I'm using this remote, this sound box can either be with the owner of, maybe it's a client, the dog that I'm training, and I want to show them exactly when and how I'm using the remote. Or if I'm teaching another trainer the e-collar conditioning process, a lot of people will say, hey, when I hit this button, I'm going to raise my hand, and then that tells you when I'm using it. But with the tone box, you can set this next to that student, and they can hear it. They can audibly understand what kind of level they're at. Or like I said, it has the mute function. Maybe you're using this with a dog as well. You're not just doing some sort of instruction and you don't want that beeping to, mess with the dog. You can go ahead and just run it like that on the mute, and it's going to just beep, or I'm sorry, it's just going to flash with no beep. You're not going to see any frequency change in that beep no matter what level I'm at. You're going to see that red light. It still lets, the student, the owner, client, trainer, whatever it is, know when the e-collar is being used. We'll go ahead and flip back to the medium volume. Like I said, you can sit this next to that person and they can understand when you're using that, what level you're using it at with. Right now it's paired to vibrate. Something new for the version 2s of these is you can actually tell when vibrate or tone is being used. In the past, it was the same sound. So if I just nick, it was that sound on nicking, or it was the same sound for vibrate. Whereas now, you can hear the collar vibrate as well probably, but you see you have a much different tone when vibrate is used. Same thing for when I have tone engaged on the remote. We'll go ahead and switch that around. Now when I tone the collar, you hear that initial beep. Then we go back to that stem because with the mini educator, we have that 1.5 second of tone before it goes to the stem. But that's pretty much it for the Soundbox from E-Collar Technologies. It is what it sounds like, or it is what it says in the description. It's a Soundbox for the E-Collar remotes. Like I said, it just lets you know when this is being used. A lot of times whether you're, that trainer teaching owners or you're that instructor teaching other trainers, it's that great tool. Or even maybe when you graduate a dog, when you have the owner start to use the e-collar remote, maybe you as the trainer want to know, hey, did the client really use the tool at that time? You'll say, hey, make sure you correct the dog there, make sure you correct the dog there. And sometimes owners will lie about that. They'll say, oh yeah, I corrected him, or oh yeah, I used the button. And sometimes you can catch a liar, or you can catch that fib. You can see when it makes that red light happen, obviously. Sometimes if the dog isn't looking the right way, you won't be able to see that light. But as the trainer, you can always have a sound box for yourself to make sure that your graduate is using the tool appropriately. If you have any questions on the sound box, anything from e-collar technologies, or anything in the store, please feel free to hit us up, DM us on Facebook or Instagram. We'd love to help you out.